whatever overcomes you, to that you are a slave of. So when sin overcomes you and you are overtaken by sin, then you are a slave to sin. But the moment you get overcome by God, overwhelmed by God, then all of a sudden you're a slave to God. Yeah, look at this. Look what Jesus said. John 15:15. I no longer call you slaves, for the slave does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends, because all things that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. But this is the beginning. I no longer do I call you slaves, which meaning there was a time when he did. And we get to choose to be offended by that. And many people were offended by the things Jesus said and they left. But these disciples who were not offended by being called slaves, these disciples who were not offended, who were, when Jesus was like, you need to eat my body, and calling them slaves and calling them servants and calling them out and calling Peter Satan, all of these things Jesus is saying that sounds so offensive, and yet they don't leave. And then this is what he says. But I have called you friends. And when you go through this relationship with Jesus and this life with Jesus, and he says one offensive thing to you after another. Like, remember when Jesus called the Samaritan woman a dog? And and it's like, it messes with people. But she, in that moment, she had a choice of being offended or of not being offended. And because she wasn't offended, Jesus did what she asked. I'm willing to be offended by what Jesus says. I'm willing to be corrected. And because of that, I've become God's friend.